guys, it's me again. Got a couple announcements today. Just regular stuff. If you have questions, post it in the chat. I'll try to get to it. A little delay on the audio today, so I'm going to sound like an idiot for a while. But that's okay. You're used to it. Up on the screen, dashboard for our class. What class is computer science. We're working through 331 still. We're halfway through that assignment. At the end of the assignment, which will be after next week. So next week ends on day 8. We'll have a day 9, and then day 10 is actually a presentation. So we'll be presenting our computer science projects for 331, what programming you've done, what steps you had to take to get to a certain point, specifics on how your variables, algorithms, everything works. That'll be presented for day 10, and we might spend a couple days on day 10. Just a heads up. Radio TV, you guys have the quiz today on the vocabulary. Good luck. You should do okay. I mean, you've got your notes. Psst, you've got your notes. Web design, keep doing what you're doing. Blog entries, I think everybody's turned theirs in this week, which is awesome. Scotty, you're kind of superhero on e-learning. Had your stuff in early today. Nice. And then badge check today, 30. About half of you already have it turned in. You have all day today to finish it. If you want to work ahead, it's going to be 35 next week. So work ahead. Do that, get that done, get that to a place you're comfortable with. As far as where we're going with web design, we've had quite a few community members ask us to build websites, and we just can't right now. So what we're going to do is a web design class. So we'll design a couple websites for people. If the building has to come down to me building it, that's fine. We'll do that. Not a big deal. But I want your designs and your input as we get into that. Let's see. Personal finance. With the way the schedule is, we're going to have to kind of book it towards the finish line. So what I've decided to do is we're not going to do any chapter review, summary, any kind of stuff like that anymore. We'll just do the actual days, and then we'll jump right into the test. You have all your resources. You have your student text. If you need resources, get a hold of me, email me, whatever. I'll either get Mrs. Phelps to get that to you, or I can get it to you digitally, if you can handle it that way. So that's where we are with personal finance. Yeah, so that kind of brings us up to where we are now. So we're still in this pandemic lockdown state. So this is what we can do, and we're going to make the best of it. Personal finance rough schedule, for those of you interested, and if you're reviewing this video, this is where it is. It's the 29-minute mark. I might have to tag that. Day 61 on the 14th, chapter 8 test on the 15th, days 65 and 66 on the 16th, and we're not doing activities in any of these days. It's just going to be through the video, fill in the blank, that kind of stuff. If you want to do the reinforcement stuff, the enrichment stuff, that's on you. You are more than welcome to do that. That next week, remember we have 3-day weeks. So that next week would be the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. We have days 68, 69, and the chapter 9 test. That's my dog going crazy upstairs. And the 28th, 29th, and 30th, it'd be day 73, day 74, and chapter 10 test. So that's just kind of a brief overview of where we're going. All right, I'm gonna go to the changing scene just so you guys don't have to hear that for a while. All right, I think it's safe to come back right now. I'm hoping. Cross our fingers. But yeah, that's a brief overview of where we are with things and where we're going to go. So hang in there. I know it's tough being self-motivated and trying to get everything caught up, get everything into where it needs to be. And I'm having trouble adding a media source for some reason, so I'll have to do that at another time. Okay, as far as announcements from administration, I don't know that we have anything new. Let me check really quick. Mrs. Carfault sent something this morning, but I don't know that it pertains to students. I think it's teachers only, as you know. Okay, as you know, we are extending e-learning beyond the original 2 weeks, and we talked about that yesterday because of what Governor Holcomb came out and said, that no schools can go back until May 1st at least. So to adhere to that, we have to extend our e-learning period. And we already talked about that, where we're going to have 3 days a week of e-learning, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And yeah, most of you paper pencil assignments for students only for the first 2 weeks, and that's fine. That's all we had originally planned on. If you are a paper and pencil person, make sure that you're letting your teacher know what's going on, what you need, how we can help you succeed. Okay, that's really important. If we don't know, there's no way for us to help you. Okay, just from personal experience, I know I'm fielding a lot of emails and calls and all kinds of stuff, and it's pretty crazy. One more email is not gonna hurt. So if you need help, if you need resources, come to the stream, email me, put it in chat, whatever, just let me know. Okay, if you need resources from another teacher, I mean, throw me something in chat or email and I can forward it to them. That's fine. It is what it is. We're gonna have to help each other through this time. Okay, I'm gonna harp on this again. Make sure you're turning your attendance in. At least for me, I know that if you turn your assignments in, I count you as here because you did the assignment on the day. A lot of your teachers aren't that way. Make sure you're turning in your attendance. Okay, cool. Is there any other announcement or anything that I need to go over? The dog's trying to remind me of something and I just can't remember what it is. Okay, it is Thursday. This is the last day of the week for this week. So make sure you've caught up on everything you need to catch up on. We start a new week tomorrow. If you're in one of my classes, like I said, I do the grading on the next day. So if you submit something for the second, including attendance, I won't put it in until tomorrow. If you're in personal finance, we have a couple paper and pencil kids. That's fine. I won't be able to turn any of that stuff in until I get figures from those kids. It is what it is. So just hang in there. If you have your work done, that's fine. If you want to work ahead, and this is what I wanted to talk about. If you want to work ahead, personal finance, next week is already unlocked. You can work ahead. I know Cora already emailed me and got a hold of me about a specific assignment from next week. Great, do it, get ahead. If you want some extra time next week to work on another class or something like that, that's a good way to do it. Going forward, I'm going to unlock the rest of April. for personal finance after next week. So if you want to go through and bust through the rest of April, go through chapter 10 out of 12, that's on you. You are more than welcome to do that. Okay. Web design, we'll have weekly going forward, weekly design projects. I know Mr. Short still wants a website, so I want you guys' input on that. Valley Shoemaker at Overpass got a hold of me the other day. She wants a new website, so that's something we're going to look at. The Fountain County Art Council wants a new website, and Fountain County wants a new website, just in general, for the courthouse and all the stuff they do there. So we have a lot of stuff that we can tackle, and that's going to look more like design than it is building, and that's fine. You guys have your basic building skills already, and we're reinforcing that through Code Academy, so that's cool. Use some of that knowledge when you're designing these websites. Say, I think it'd be cool if the website did this, and make it look like it can do that. And we're going to do those designs on slides, because slides have the aspect ratio that we're going to need for like a computer monitor. I also want you guys to keep mobile in your mind. So we're designing for mobile first, and then the web. Okay, what's it look like on a phone? How do we want it to look and act on a phone? And then we're thinking desktop second, even though I'm going to be building it on a desktop. So think about that experience. So that's where we're going. Computer science, once we're done with 331, we're on to the final project. And that's going to be one of the 3 tools that we've used, either MIT App Inventor, Vex, or Cloud9 for Python. And I'm sure you guys have a lot of money left up. When will we need to finish Unit 331 in computer science? Great question, Wyatt. This week, we're going through the first part of it. Next week, we'll work up to day 8. And then when we come back the week after, when we have those 3 days, we're going to work on day 9. So that's finishing up. And then we'll probably spend those next days on day 10, which is actually going to be like a presentation. So you'll put it into Google Slides. These are all the steps that I wanted to accomplish. Put your backlog, your user story, all that stuff into a presentation. So these are the problems that I encountered. This is how I tackled them. These are some of the algorithms I use. These are some of the variables that I had to attach to the project. And we're going to present those via Google Slides. And I want to put them in a forum that everybody can see everybody's. I might throw them on stream here. But I want to put them in like a folder where everybody can kind of see what everybody else is doing, because this is a great lead in to the final project. So great question. We won't finish 331 next week. You'll still have next week to work on it. And I know some really good progress is being made in some of the apps, and I'm pretty excited to see the finished product in some of them. And I think everybody's got a good idea and a good starting point. It's just kind of getting to where it's functioning. Cool. Good seeing you, Wyatt. But that's where we are, and that's where we're headed. So we'll do like a vocabulary final as well, and I'll get that stuff to you as we get closer to the time. But welcome to the stream. I briefly glanced over it today, but it looks like the high school is doing like a senior spotlight. So make sure you're checking out social media for a senior spotlight. I think Curse is the first one up. So congratulations on your senior spotlight. Turning some heads with dance and in the classroom, apparently. So good on ya. All right, guys, if anybody has questions, throw them in chat. I'll try to get to them as fast as I can. But that's what I'm here for. And Wyatt, you've got pretty good progress, so I wouldn't worry about your 331 right now. You seem to be tackling all the stuff you need to tackle. So just keep up the good work. Baby steps, work on a little bit of your backlog at a time. Get to a point where you have a working program, and then that's what you can present. Cool. All right. I'm sure the stream is super jaggy and laggy again. Hopefully you can hear me without interruption. But I know the video's struggling. I'm seeing warnings for drop frames like crazy. So that's just where we are. All right. Well, I'm going to go check to see if anybody has done the quiz yet for radio TV. And big sales pitch for next year. If you are a junior or senior and you are interested in broadcasting, podcasting, being behind the scenes talent, being on air talent, talk to somebody that's in radio TV, get their expert opinions, and think about joining. We have cool banners now. We have cool pins and stickers. And we have 2 people that have taken the quiz already. Cool. Scotty, you one of those? I'm imagining so. Okay. Very cool. All right. Anybody have any other questions? I'm going to hang out for a little while longer. And then I'm going to take off and play some Pokemon Go. So if you see me walking around town today, don't hit me. That would be appreciated. I'm going to work on some Inkscape real quick. Maybe. Do I need to design anything? Oh, I do know what I was going to do. All right. So if you guys aren't familiar with Inkscape, it is a vector-based graphics software, which means that it uses math in order to determine where the points are and how to connect them. What does that actually mean? Means that each of these little points, I think my opacity is down, there we go. Each of the points is a mathematical point in space. And then in order for to draw from one point to the next, there is a calculation that takes place, and it'll just go, in this case, straight across. Now when it gets complex is when you have circles, when you have squigglies, all that kind of stuff. And that's when the file sizes get a little bigger. But if you've ever seen a logo or graphic on like a billboard, it's probably a vector-based graphic because these scale. Because they're math-based, you can make them as big or as little as you want, and you don't lose resolution. So it never gets jaggy or anything like that. So I'm going to change my stroke style, make it a little thinner. And I really don't know what I want to make right now, so it's going to be interesting. I don't know. So let's grab a Bezier pen. All right. looks cute. That'd be a nice little banner for a stream. Oh, okay. All right, now let's grab the Bezier pen again. Let's see if we can't make, oh, well, I know a better way than doing this. Hope this isn't too boring for you guys. Well, that's not gonna work. If you have any questions, throw them in chat. If not, I'm just gonna hang out for a few more minutes today. And like I said, I'm gonna go enjoy the April Fool's Trickster event in Pokemon Go. And yes, it is as fun as it sounds. Shiny Krogunk. Lots of Dittos. Eh, that's not terrible. Alright, let's do that. Guys, looks professional. Look at that. Logo creator. Scotty! What do we know about yearbook so far? We know that it's going to be a cluster for spring. What do you mean, specifically? Let me bring up an email. Our rep, Sarah Berker, got a hold of me the other day with a bunch of ideas. Let's see if I can bring that up for you. She offered a bunch of suggestions about what we can do. And actually, Mr. Stockburger had a really good suggestion as well, which is take some pictures of your e-learning environment, and we can have several spreads on just coronavirus, because this is taking up an entire 9 weeks, pretty much. Let's see if I can find that. Okay. I don't know if you can see this, Scotty, but she sent these. These are like sample spreads. So we can download these entire spreads and put them in the yearbook. It talks about changing habits, and the dog doesn't seem happy about that. So it talks about changing habits, what happened with the coronavirus, the best of humanity, trends. And these are all spreads we can download and kind of edit. But like I said earlier, I don't know if we're coming back. So if we have to go through May on e-learning as well, then we obviously won't be able to meet for yearbook. Yeah, that's just kind of where we are. So the COVID-19 stuff has 4 spreads. They've got all this, like all the impact and everything, which is great. I say we just download these and use these in replacement of our spring sports. Now we're still gonna have to find stuff for like graduation and the senior play and Fine Arts Festival, all that kind of stuff that's gonna get canceled or postponed or whatever. But I think this is a good start. We also got an email from Jostens, which I thought was kind of neat. Let's see if we can find that real quick. And they were offering their help as well. We'll see if I deleted it. There's a good chance. I have like 229 email right now. Here we go. Okay, it says, I know this is a crazy time and we are all trying to manage, so I wanted to share some resources with you. Another local rep and I have created a Facebook group called Coronavirus Yearbook. So look that up if you want. Dedicated as a place where anyone in the yearbook world can reach out to other advisors in the area to discuss strategy and best practices for completing and selling this year's yearbook. I did extend the time to sell yearbooks, so that's a thing. The direct link to the group it's on there. I can list it if you want. This is a nonpartisan, safe place for us to all lean on each other and problem solve. They also listed a bunch of sample spreads, and I'll put that on screen here in a sec, as soon as it loads. If it loads. Hey, it's coming up. It's a zip file. Well, that's not gonna play. Not in the time we want it to. Alright, well, let me start the download anyway. Maybe. Okay. Download anyway. Don't scan for viruses. There's enough viruses going around right now. Okay, so they're sending 4 spreads out. If it downloads in time, I'll throw it up on stream. So the answer to your question is I really don't know. Our deadline for yearbook isn't until July anyway, so we'd have time to finish it. And as long as we can meet, we can find a place to meet and get together and like set a day or two apart, maybe even at the school, hopefully by that point. To kind of finish it up, talk about what we want to do, get some stuff in, and do the best we can. That's all we can do. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, like I said, I know it's a crazy time, and it is going to be especially crazy for yearbook, because we're losing, here we go, there's the zip file, because we're losing an entire 9 weeks of work time and an entire 9 weeks of, there we go, content. 9 weeks of content. So here's the spread. Actually super nice, high res spreads. Wow. We might use these. So you can see a little better. So it's given a timeline on this one about when everything happened. Got a beautiful image of coronavirus, and I'm not sure how these are different. And if you guys notice a difference, one's called 08 and one's called 09. That's the only difference I see. Is there different stuff? Let me back this up. I don't see anything different. Hopefully you guys see something different that I'm not noticing. It looks exactly the same. Anyway, so maybe 3 spreads. That's one of them. Let's open the others real quick. See what they look like. This one's called Wash 'em. Wash your hands. Something we learned in elementary school that apparently most adults don't know. In the midst of a pandemic, CDC sends a strong message. Wash your hands and distance yourself. Down here at the bottom. That's great. So that's a spread. And then one is just with bleeds, one is without. So let's just have extra on the edges. So that's the difference. So they gave us 2 spreads. That's nice. I'll keep those. Actually, I'm going to download Sarah Burker's as well. Oh, man. But great question. Sorry, I wish I knew more. I think it's just in general. I wish I knew more. Okay, so the state emergency is super small and jaggy. Let's see if there's actual download for this. Because there are a lot of really nice spreads on here. I'll try to get to that later. But those are nice. We might steal those too. I'm going to download them all. Save image as. All right, let me steal all these real quick. I mean, fair use, borrow all of these real quick. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Okay. Maybe I can get higher resolution versions of these. Or we can make our own. Just gonna use these as a template. Oh well. How are you guys staying connected? Are you talking to your friends still? Are you using the Snapchats and the Instagrams and the TikToks? Is Curse still posting dance videos? They might know. Scotty, do you know? Scotty doesn't know. There we go. Got them all saved. Saved up. All right, well, that's a nice resource. Cool. All right. Been live for an hour, including the countdown. Just got a phone call from Mr. Field, so I'll have to get back to him here. I want to give you guys another chance. Any more questions? Scotty, when I know more, I'll send out an email to everybody on Yearbook. Once we can meet, I'd like to have a big meeting, even if we're not in school. I'd like to have a call out and maybe meet at the library or something like that. I know they're planning on reopening fairly soon, like April 11th, and I don't know if that's been affected by the governor's announcement or anything, but I'll let you know more when I know more. Wish I knew more. So I'm going to order extra yearbooks, extra than I usually do, just because it's been chaos. And that's just the way it is. Oh, got a call from Stock. Let's put Stock on stream. Stock, I don't need to see your belly, but I'm gonna put you on stream. You're breaking up. Can you hear me? Absolutely amazing as usual, Stock. I'm gonna transition over. No, you're good. We were
Okay.
messing around in Inkscape, which is a vector-based drawing program, and kind of talking about what we're going to do with Yearbook real quick.
Okay.
And I know you'd had some suggestions or some ideas about Yearbook, and I think we're going to use those. My rep from Walsworth and a rep from Jostens actually got us some sample spreads that we can throw in the Yearbook in replacement of spring sports. So we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Yeah. We've already heard from Wyatt Woodrow today, and we've heard from Madison Pippin, aka Scotty. So they've been here. Give them a shout out.
She's got those mad skills.
Yeah. Hey, she posted her stuff before 9 a.m. today. Killing it. Killing this e-learning.
Awesome.
That's right. I'm going to read this voicemail from Mr. Field real quick.
Okay.
Oh, this is neat. I don't know if you've used this. Have you used Zoom?
I haven't, but I know several people who have.
Yeah.
I have a friend in Australia, and that's what they're using.
That's what they're using as their means of communication?
Yeah.
Very cool. Field, I think, is looking into that